This is a Defocus Media production. What's up, everyone? It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover.
And I'm Dr. Jennifer Lyerly, resident optometry nerd.
And welcome to Defocus Media, optometry's #1 podcast, where we discuss the hottest topics, latest technology, eyewear, practice management, and more. So sit back, relax, and defocus.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Jen Lyerly, and we are here today to talk about some of our favorite products that we found in 2020 that are going to bring us into 2021. And we're joined with one of our favorite people, Dr. Claudine Courey.
Hi, thank you guys for having me again. It's honestly so fun. I'm so happy to do this together.
Dr. Courey, we checked in with you before, and we had such a fun time in that conversation. And 2020 was a crazy year for everyone, and 2021 is not off to much of a different start. So before we jump into the products that we've been loving in the past year, just give us an update on yourself and what life's been like.
Yeah, so basically what we've done recently is we've launched Eyedrop Shop in the US. So that's been our huge sort of endeavor. It started sort of towards September, October of 2020. So now we're in it. And it's great because we've been rolling for a couple of months. So we know bestsellers, we know what people like, we've gotten feedback. So that's really what our main goal. Eyedrop Shop Canada is still there and going strong, but we decided that since we had great reviews in Canada, why not bring the same concept to the US? So that's our new project.
And in your personal life, you're also a new mom, is that right?
Yeah, like 3 days after we launched Eyedrop Shop USA, I gave birth to our daughter.
You made it in 3 days. No big deal.
We're busy, but it's all good.
Yeah. So, you are accomplishing, obviously, so incredibly much. And I think people sometimes don't realize how much work it is on the side with what you're doing, running Eyedrop Shop Canada and now launching the US store. So, if anyone's thinking about starting their own, even e-commerce space on their own office website, how involved is this project for you?
It really is. It's a full-time job. I definitely don't do it myself. I have an incredible team and we work together, and it's a full-time business. I always say that if optos want to know about it or, sort of delve into it, to email me, call me, and they have, and I always love chatting with them one-on-one, but it really is a full company, right? So there's the whole shipping, receiving, inventory management, there's customer service, which is huge, getting everything out on time and, just making sure that we're delivering the best service that we can. And we really, really focus on that. So we're all about simplicity and efficiency and getting products out there as fast as we can so that people aren't suffering without their products and get what they need.
Here's the link to the shop, you guys, if you want to check it out, because in addition to it being a great resource for your patients, you've also really developed this with the private practitioner in mind, because like I said, during COVID, we actually looked at my office, like, can we add e-commerce to our website? And very quickly we realized this would be a logistical nightmare to try to figure out. So if anyone else has been down this path and kind of thought like, actually, I don't want to take that on, but they know that our patients want some e-commerce options, it's easier for them to shop online, especially right now, than to physically come to your office once a month to buy their vitamins. How could this work to help doctors like us out?
Yeah, so this is one of our main focuses, and I really created this area of the website as an optometrist in mind, thinking, what would I want if I was running a practice? Because when you're running your own practice, you want to see your patients, you want to give the best care, and you don't want to have to worry about, packing boxes or managing inventory or having an extra staff allotted to simply doing that. So really, like you said, it's a monster. It is a whole other beast, and it really involves a lot of time and effort to do it well. So what we did was we created affiliate links. So this is a really easy, it's so simple. It takes 2 seconds. The optometrist would go on eyedropshop.com and sign up for an affiliate link, which they can put on their website. And basically we split the profits with them. So So their patients would click on the link, and all the purchases that the patient would make, us and the optometrist split the profit. So, it's fair, and it provides the service, which is so needed right now during COVID and just in general. I mean, it's moving towards that without having to do all the manpower behind it, which, like you said, I mean, it really is labor intensive. And if you want to do it well, it's a full-time job.
I mean, in addition to setting up the website, I mean, thinking about like, okay, the patient places the order online. Then what you or your staff member has to go pull those things from your office, package it up, ship it. With the way shipping was in the past month, that's a nightmare and a half. So yeah, I mean, it's not that easy to get products to patients, but you've got the infrastructure involved on that.
That's it. So we have the whole process streamlined by now because we have been doing it for over 2 years, right? So we have it down pat, and we're able to provide that service to optometrists so they don't have to worry about that. Essentially, the way I see it is like a turnkey solution. You get to offer your patients an e-commerce option, but you don't have to kind of do the dirty work of it. Like we'll handle all that stuff, which we're doing regardless. So it's our pleasure, and like I always say, like I love working with optometrists. So if they write an email or call, and now I've made friends this way, and we kind of just keep in touch. It's always kind of our main focus to provide the best products for patients and to be a resource for optometrists to help them in their own practice.
And with that being said, obviously a lot of us, as we have our own practices, we've had our own products that we know and that we've started recommending. How do you go about choosing the products that are available on Eyedrop Shop?
So in Canada, it's obviously all products that are approved by Health Canada. And in the US, it's a separate amount of products that are all approved by the FDA. So they're very much, only approved in their certain areas, and they can't be swapped. And all the products that I've picked are the ones that I use with my own patients in practice and that I've seen to have positive results. Other times people will write in and say, I've tried this, it's wonderful. And so I'll do my research, I'll look into it if it's something that I haven't been using, and, bring it in, sort of like the hypochlorous that we have in Canada now. So realistically, it's always kind of a back and forth, but the main thing is it's the best products that I use on my own patients, myself, and the ones that I really trust. And those are the only ones that actually get to be on the site. We make sure that it's, really only the best of the best.
Well, you've got, both as practicing optometrists, and you are a dry eye specialist in your field. And so we're going to talk about some of the products that you're personally loving, but you also, in running this website, both in Canada and now in the US, you have acquired so much data about what our patients want and what the top sellers are there. So why don't we kick off this discussion of our favorite products with what was some of the top sellers of Eyedrop Shop last year?
Okay, perfect. So I would have to say, if we're talking about eyelid hygiene, let's start with eyelid hygiene. In Canada and the US, one of the almost top seller, and I brought a bottle here because it's the one I use, is Eyelid and Lash Plus. So here you go. So this is basically, honestly, one of our #1 sellers. It's excellent. It has tea tree oil, but it doesn't sting. So you know that you're kind of getting that sort of tea tree oil protection, but it doesn't have any kind of residue or things like that. And it has hyaluronic acid, so it kind of re-moisturizes. It's great for people who have any kind of eczema around their eyes. And it comes like this in already kind of pre-soaked pads. And they'll just, go like this at the top and then roll it under and go on the bottom. This is really one of the products that I recommend in clinic all the time, and has translated as well, that I've noticed in Canada and the US. The US, it's this one in particular. People have been writing in and asking for it, and so we're restocking all the time. But that one's sold out probably now, but will not be shortly. Because it's a really popular one, and like I said, for those reasons, I really recommend it to my patients all the time. So I like that one.
There are so many eyelid cleansing products on the market, but I think what I really love about that product that you've chosen is not only is it cleaning the lids, but it's also hydrating the lids.
Yes.
And so many of our patients with eyelid disease, at the core issue of the entire chemistry problem that's going on is that they just have really, really dry skin. Like you mentioned with eczema. And so if we're not hydrating, if we're just stripping everything clean, it just is a constant feedback circle of dryness and misery. So I love that it has the hyaluronic acid in there.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why everything I try and do is sort of, yes, I want to clean the lids. Yes, I want to make sure that we get sort of what we want medically done, right? To get rid of the Demodex or the bacteria or whatever is on the lid. But I don't want to strip the eyelid or lash of its natural oils and its natural protective properties and then just dry it out. And then you're stuck with another problem. So the whole point is to never Band-Aid it, right? Is to sort of treat the whole and make sure that you're taking care of it properly so that you don't have another problem down the line.
Just wanted to pick your brain scientifically. A lot of times with my patients with using lid hygiene products, the time of day on when to use these products, historically, I've always been like, oh, use them at nighttime. Because with women especially, I think about like, okay, we're washing our face anyway.
Yeah.
But I found so many patients are waking up with eye irritation and itching and scaling. And I've almost started reconsidering, what do you have your patients do, morning or night or both?
So personally, I do both. And I always explain it to be like, you're brushing your teeth, you're washing your face, you're going to do your eyelid routine, right? Your eyelid cleansing routine. Another thing that you said that's so interesting is itching in the morning. So to me, that's pathognomonic for Demodex, right? So when I hear, oh, itching in the morning, I know that that person would probably benefit from a tea tree oil based cleanser, because Demodex, they sort of breed at night. And I'm always touchy when I talk about Demodex, because some patients, I mean, it really is a sensitive topic to know that you have like mites in your lashes. But yeah, so in the morning, the patients will really report, I wake up in the morning and it's really itchy. I want to like scratch the base of my lashes almost. Then, before even going to the slit lamp, I'm sure I'm going to find some cylindrical dandruff going on there. So, but I really do twice a day. No matter what. And I think that whether you're using tea tree oil based or not, it can only help. And when you're using good products that aren't stripping your eyes of their natural sort of hydration, there's no worry to do it twice a day. It's just better and cleaner.
Yeah, I love that. And I think, early on in my career, whenever patients said itching, I immediately was like, oh, let's get them, antihistamine.
Allergies, yeah.
Obviously, we've learned from seeing patients for a while now, like, that's usually not our culprit. And it's all kind of circling back to that dryness and flaking. And but it's hard for patients to understand when they say they're itching and then we don't offer an allergy eye drop. They're like, yeah, but you missed the part where I said I was itching, so I obviously have allergies. Our patients think that. And so what I've gotten so that I'm doing is I'll talk to them and it's like, how when your skin is really dry, it's kind of scratchy? Oh. That's the dry skin on your eyes too. And so that's why we're treating it with a hydrating product. And that's helped a little bit. But just kind of overcoming preconceived notions that our patients sometimes have about like, well, I have this problem, so the doctor's going to prescribe me this treatment. And that's what makes our job so difficult, because what patients think that we're going to do and what we actually end up doing that will truly help them is often not the same thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I find what helps a lot in this case, because, like you're saying, sometimes it is itching and it is allergies and they do need an anti-allergy drop. But if it really isn't, I find a great tool that I use in clinic is photographing the lashes. So I have just this little thing that you could connect very easily to even your iPhone, and it takes an image of the lashes in high res. And so just showing them, okay, this is what it is. And then at the follow-up, after they've done the treatment, retaking that photo, I find it's really impactful to have that contrast. So the side-by-side to say, this is what we were treating and look how it looks now. And this is how you were feeling. And let's see how you're feeling now. So I find that kind of helps me, or something that I do in clinic that's like a little hack, I find.
All right. Well, what other product has been a hot seller for you?
So this one is in the US only for now. So we don't have it in Canada, but I absolutely love it because like Eye Drop Shop, our whole purpose is simplicity and efficiency. So we want everything to be easy and quick and, work properly. So this brand is called Optase. And what I love about them is that they have their line of products and they made it a 3-step process. So it's just so convenient. So the first one here is like they say heat, and literally at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, but it says heat, cleanse, hydrate. So there's the mask for heating, and then the tea tree oil wipes, which are amazing, honestly, because they're huge. They contain tea tree oil. They're also hydrating. And then you have the drops. So it's really like a all-in-one system. And it's just so, we find that a lot of people are buying the kit and just using it sort of like that. And there's no guessing, because sometimes my patients will say, well, what do I do first? Do I heat my lids? Do I put the drop? Do I hydrate? So this way it's kind of like a step-by-step process. And the other thing they have that's really cool that I love is this spray. So do you guys have a lot of these sprays typically, or do you prescribe this often in your practice, like a spray drop?
No, I mean, I've heard about this, but I'm not using a lot of spray artificial tears. So this is really neat.
Yeah, so I find it so cool because first of all, it's great for, let's say, if you're at the computer and you just want to, you don't want to sit there and take it off. Also, let's say kids wake up with dry eye and stuff like that, like forget getting a drop in their eyes. You can just kind of close it, say it's some magic mist. That's like a mom hack, and then get it in their eyes. But yeah, I really find that this brand in particular, not only, so the Optase brand, not only is the quality of their products top tier and excellent in everything they put in, they've really made it a stepwise system. So I find that it's been, people have been loving that. And I love that because it takes the guesswork out of it. It's like, do 1, 2, 3 twice a day, and, then you're good to go. Come back and see me in X amount of time. So I love that one.
That is, I think, just so obvious, and yet no other company is doing it, right? Because we all know when we're prescribing for dry eye, it's never just like, I'll do this one thing and then you'll be fine. No. There's always, like 3 if we're lucky, usually 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, because it's not just one problem that's giving them dry eye, it's multifactorial disease. And so it's overwhelming to the patient. It's overwhelming to the doctor sometimes to get into this 15-minute conversation about each step that they should be doing to address each issue. Or you could just say, and I'm prescribing the Optase system. And then all the steps are just in there, and you don't have to talk for so long. So for me, it's fabulous.
No, right? I just think like, wow, they really got it. And it's just really efficient the way they do it. I mean, in our practice here, I hand out, it's honestly like a leaflet, my patients know. And every single page has, the product, I highlight it, how to use it, how often, and I write it in. But this is like done. It's my pamphlet sort of done for them. So I find that that's something really cool. And the spray is something great. We noticed that a lot of younger people like the spray. A lot of people like gamers, if you're on the computer often. I mean, we all are at this point in our lives, but so it's just another, I love finding new practical tools that people can use to make them feel better, but that doesn't involve a lot of effort on their part also, because as you said, it's usually a long list of things that people need to do. And so we want to make it as easy and as pleasant as possible.
I love what you mentioned about the spray too, because dry eye in kids is so overlooked, and I see it all the time. And kids will come in and they'll say like, oh, I have to blink a lot, or their parents will say they're blinking a lot. Yes, let's check for accommodative issues. And a lot of times that is at the core of it. But as part of their focusing system overworking, because they're blinking irregularly, there's also some ocular surface dryness that's happening. And they're doing school on computers, and they're playing games on computers, and they're seeing friends on computers. It's all day long. But as a mom myself also, I know putting an eye drop in my kid is next to impossible.
Oh yeah, I've tried. It's like ridiculous.
So a spray would be much easier for mom and dad, and a kid, a 7-year-old could probably even do it themselves instead of having to go and get you to help them put an eye drop in, which is fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, now I do it and it's easy because it's, a magic spray and this whole story behind it. But I mean, the concept that, at least you could hydrate your kids' eyes. And like you said, I mean, it pains me to see the amount of children in my practice that suffer from dry eye because they're so young and they have so long ahead of them. But you have to treat it so it doesn't get worse. We have to attack it young. So along with all the, advice that I usually give, which is, the like taking breaks from the computer and this and that, now everybody's on Zoom school. It's kind of hard, they have to do it. So it's really important that we address it and find ways to at least help them and make it, comfortable and fun and funny, and just make sure that their eyes stay hydrated and it's not a battle for the parent.
Fighting the good fight there. And you can, the spray tier, you can purchase separately from the whole system. Is that correct?
You could do everything separately. Even the system, you could buy one-offs. You could just decide to get but I mean, the spray is the one that I just found was something, something different. I always like finding kind of the new, different, cool thing that we could sort of propose and make people aware of for themselves.
I also, when you're, like you said, being different. So like thinking about your office social media, for example, there's nothing that's innovative or interesting about you posting about, oh, get this over-the-counter teardrop and put it in. Like a patient, they know about that. They've seen a ton of them on the aisle at Walgreens. Like they don't need our advice really. I mean, they do, but they're not going to think it's innovative and unique that we're talking about artificial tears. But if you have a post up about dry eyes bothering you and you're sitting at a computer and you go, oh, my eyes feel better. A patient's never seen that before. That suddenly really makes your office stand out as offering something new and unique. And that marketing part of what we do and differentiating ourselves is so important right now when it's easy, unfortunately. I know in the United States, it's easier than ever to get an exam without actually seeing a doctor. And I'm not sure what things are like in Canada, but I imagine that it might be similarly where, especially for a young, relatively healthy person, it's tempting just to hit renew online and click a button instead of coming and actually seeking help.
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing is that people, and I think the awareness is there. I know our association here are very proactive about it, but it really is more than what people think we do. We're checking your eye health. We're checking for things that are not visible, that things that could be underlying. And I think that the people who value their health, they make the effort and they come in. And I'll always believe that for me, because I want to believe that people want to take care of themselves and that they want to get, their health checked. And they know, optometrists do a wide range of exams and are able to diagnose things sooner. And unfortunately, things that are severe just from your eyes. So I'm hopeful. I always try and look at the positive and think that, they know that if you really want to get a proper exam, you have to see your eye doctor.
Well, I wanted to segue into some of the products that I found in 2020, and definitely that we're carrying on into 2021, that have really been a game changer for our practice. And here's the thing: when you are a practice owner and you're looking at stuff that you think about wanting to inventory and sell in your office, you do not want to get stuck with product that is expiring in 2 or 3 years, that doesn't move, and then you ate it all. I mean, like, we need stuff that people really want, right, in our offices. And so I'm going to share 2 products that I found that definitely people really want, and it has been a surprising success.
Good.
My first one up is actually something that I did not believe was going to work. And I had a free sample before I believed that it was a real thing. But so I received this awesome sample from Dynamic Labs of Foxtopper. And I was, eager to try because, like everyone else that wears glasses and a mask, I was having major issues getting through my day, seeing patients and really seeing them. But I had always been told, throughout my decade of eye care experience that fog or anti-fog products just didn't really work. I had never tried them myself, and I just took that as an industry for granted thing because I had heard that must be true. So I got this bottle and I read the instructions and I used it, and I was shocked at how well it actually works. I mean, this has made a huge difference for me. I got so obsessed with it. Not only was I putting it on my glasses, I was putting it on my 90D lens. I put it on my the oculars. Like, I was defogging everything. And it's continued to work really well for doing 90D in this lamp. But so because it was working so great for me, we decided, well, we definitely need to carry this in our optical. And we have ordered our second batch of units. We sold out, and within like 2 days of selling out, we had like 3 people wanting to purchase. We were like, we need rush order, get it here now.
Nice.
So this is something that will move in your optical, and it does really work. So thank you, Foxtopper, for letting me try this, and I'm a big believer now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, because now when everybody started with these masks, right? The whole fog problem started, and like you, I was like, oh, is this really going to work? And we have a similar product on our site, but it's not a liquid. It's actually a cloth. And so same thing. I was like, can I try one and just see, you know, because like you, I mean, I try every single thing on our site first before even putting it. And yeah, one of our best sellers also, it's going crazy because it's, first of all, necessary. We're all wearing masks, and the majority, well, whoever needs glasses understands the struggle. And yeah, it really, really works well. So same, I've had the same experience as you, so I could totally relate.
My one other product that I wanted to talk about, so I know I mean, we're seeing patients, right? And we talked about how much our patients are on screens now than ever before. And blue Blight glasses, even though they were popular before this past year, really blew up in 2020, where all of our patients know about it. They're coming in, they want to get it on their glasses. They are feeling that their eyes feel terrible at the end of the day. And unfortunately, there are a lot of blue light products out there, and I would say they are not all of exactly the same quality in what they do.
Yeah.
And so some of our patients might be purchasing very inexpensive blue light glasses and not really feeling any sort of relief or benefit from them. And so we've decided, because of it's such an issue and such an importance, we're actually taking that time to educate our patients that are coming in with computer eye strain and tired eyes and light sensitivity about it. You know, blue light is a whole spectrum of wavelengths. So we're talking about like 430 to 500 nanometers in wavelength on the visual spectrum. And we don't want to block all blue light. Then you would just have yellow glasses. Right?
Yeah.
And then everything's going to look yellow.
Which some people wear. Yeah.
And many times the glasses that they bought online, that is what they are like. They're blocking literally the entire color blue.
Yeah.
And but if we can target the specific wavelength of light that tends to make us more tired at the end, that upsets our sleep cycles, that makes us more sensitive to brightness and screen glare, then we can get a very comfortable wearing experience that's not got so much color distortion to it. And in our optical, we've actually started using Blue Tech glasses to achieve this, which is a really great brand. Obviously, we can get it with prescription, but what I've loved is we're actually stocking now just plus 50s, planos, plus ones, you know, just kind of blanks, because many of our patients that are being bothered this year don't have prescriptions. They're coming in and their eyes feel bad, but they refract plano. You know, they don't have any, I can't prescribe them traditional glasses, but they could really benefit from a high quality, real targeted solution in a non-prescription pair of glasses. So I'm wearing my Blue Tech plano glasses right now.
Oh, cool.
I mean, there's really no glare on these. So this is an over-the-counter blue light pair of glasses.
Amazing.
And they have them in kids too, which is really, really great.
Oh.
So I got these for Peony, actually, my daughter, but she's 20 months, so she's not really on the screen right now, but I know that she will be one day. So I just thought they were so cute. So I'm keeping them for when she's ready. But I mean, they're cute little designs. They're very wearable, and this over-the-counter option and a really great price point where I'm competitive and I'm not having to try to, you know, if someone's coming in with Amazon glasses and I'm not trying to retail them an $800 pair of glasses as a solution, I'm giving them something really cost competitive, but much better quality technology.
That's amazing. I love that. And I didn't even know. I thought those were your glasses, like that you wear all the time. They look great.
They're cute,
They're
right?
really, really nice. Yeah.
Great job, Blue Tech.
Good. Yeah, I love it. That's so cool. I'm gonna look into them. I'm like, I love that because you're right. It goes hand in hand with the same problem that came about with the masks. Everybody's on the computer, and people who don't wear glasses all of a sudden are like, I have this terrible eye strain at the end of the day. Can I buy this? Or it's true, like everyone will say, which blue glasses do I get? So now I'm so happy. You taught me a really good pro. I'm going to look it up after this talk.
Was there anything else that you've personally been just really loving this year, Dr. Courey?
There's a bunch of stuff. I think I covered sort of a couple of main points. We're always on Eye Drop Shop, sort of like I said, doing our research, finding new stuff, adding new stuff, both in Canada and in the US. I don't stop. I honestly love it. And I love finding kind of like the newest products that are effective for people. So I'm sure in a couple of months when we talk again, I'll have some more. But it's always changing. The website is constantly being updated. So we really always put it up there first. So that's sort of what I love to do and what we've been doing.
Well, I want to share an ad actually from Foxtopper, as they have been so generous as to provide us a little bit more information in case you guys have been listening to this podcast and we're thinking like, I want to learn more. So check this part out.
Having your glasses constantly fogging up can be aggravating. Foxtopper is designed to be safe on all anti-reflective coatings, prevents lenses from fogging for hours after it's applied, goes on clear and it stays clear, and it works on all lens types including plastic, polycarbonate, and polarized lenses. Just apply 2 drops of Foxtopper to both sides of the lens and wipe over the surface until it's coated. It's that easy. In this side-by-side comparison, the untreated side fogs up immediately, while the Foxtopper side has virtually no fog buildup at all.
All right. Well, I just wanted to mention too, all the products that we talked about today, these are our personal favorites. This is stuff that this podcast is not being sponsored. We picked products that we know and love. I did appreciate getting the free sample, so I would love getting the shout out to Foxtopper, and I appreciate them letting me try it out. But as always, we're bringing you our real hot takes, and we love being that authentic with our conversations. And Dr. Courey, I'm just going to put up, in case anyone missed it earlier, this is the website. And if you're interested in becoming a part of the affiliate program there so that you can earn revenue by retailing the products that you want your patients to use that are going to be truly helpful to your patients without having to worry about inventory management and shipping and setting up an e-commerce part to your website and all the hurdles that has. Yeah. Let Dr. Courey's team take care of that for you and make it easy for you.
Yeah, it'll be our pleasure, honestly. And thank you so much. And if there's any questions, they could also write into info@eyedropshop.com, and anything that, says that they want my attention, it gets forwarded directly to me. So yeah, we love doing it, and we love partnering with ODs. So the affiliate program is honestly really easy, and it's a great way to offer the service to your patients. And like I said, let us do the dirty work.
And if you guys are interested in learning more about any of the products that we shared today, obviously just give us a message. We're happy to share contact information or anything that you have. And then here is the link to the Dynamic Labs website in case you guys wanted to go check out Foxtopper to retail in your office. And there's a special discount code for part of this website listeners. So thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And we'll be back with more from you, Dr. Courey, I know, because we love checking in with you so much.
Oh, thanks. I love chatting with you guys and coming on. It's honestly a pleasure every time. Thank you so much for always having me.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, colleagues, and it's a wrap. Thank you dearly for hanging out with the Defocus Media team. We hope truly something resonated with you. And if it did, be sure to give us 5 stars and make sure you follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you named it. And our handle is at Defocus Media on all platforms. And until next time, be sure to keep it 2020, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.